25 years ago, 7 young boys growing up in Northeast DC found a place of safety and caring that changed their lives forever. I was one of those boys. In a world that devalues and threatens the lives of Black boys, young and old, Light Pieces to Masterpieces has provided a refuge since 1996 for boys from ages 3 to 25 years old to use the power of artistic expression, break through negative self-images, build strong bonds of brotherhood, and tell authentic stories of their lives and experiences. We welcome you today to a special year of Courage on Canvas on our 25th anniversary. Today, we are honoring our past, celebrating our present, and collectively, together, we are creating our future. We do that by expressing our courage on canvas. Sometimes creative expression is private. That form of expression, whether it's a poem, a drawing, a painting, a dance, was a way to bring out what you're feeling inside, just for yourself. It's calming, it's therapeutic, it's fun, and it's an important part of being alive and staying alive. But sometimes when we express ourselves, we know that our stories can benefit the world, whether they can connect to it, learn from it, be inspired by it, or grow from it. We recognize that. It's that vulnerability that requires courage. And that is why for 25 years, Light Pieces, boys and young men, have been expressing their courage on these beautiful stitched layers of sewn canvas.
This painting is called Each One Teach One. My mentor teach me all the things I need to know to become a mentor for other boys one day. Each one teach one.
Whether you're watching this at home or at one of our amazing watch parties happening right now across the country, we are glad that you are here. If at any point during tonight you are moved to give, please know that your donation is an immeasurable act of kindness that provides opportunities for our boys and young men to discover and activate their innate creative abilities to change their challenges into possibilities. We thank you profoundly for that act of kindness. At the end of the night, please join us just for 2 minutes on Zoom for an exciting raffle for our 4 C's and just to see the mosaic and collection of people that are supporting our mission. We hope you enjoy as we together honor our past, celebrate our present, and create our future, always expressing our courage on canvas.
"25 years ago, I learned about a small organization that was just beginning to form, centered around art. For me, 2 of my biggest passions in life are building community and participating in the arts. I knew in my soul that Life Pieces to Masterpieces was a place that would grow, love, and support these boys and young men, and eventually that Life Pieces would play a role in changing the world. This beautiful artwork behind me holds those stories, and these stories and this art brings people together. Our boys come together to create, and we can all come together to observe, question, and learn. What is it? What does it mean? Why did these boys create this particular piece of art? And when we have an opportunity tonight to hear directly from these boys and get that answer, we become more connected with one another. We get to see how these boys for 25 years have brought people together through this beautiful artwork.
I need a brother to stand.
I need our brothers to stop killing one another. I need a brother with an education. I need a brother to stand. I need our brothers to stop going to jail.
I need a brother with a job. I need a brother to stand. I need a father at home. And for all the brothers who are willing to stand, the door is always open.
I need a brother to stand.
25 years ago, I volunteered with an organization of 7 boys. I would come to teach and play chess in my spare time while a student at UDC Law School. I was blown away by the character of those 7 young men, by their eagerness to learn, and by their ability to dream big dreams. From that moment, inspired by the leadership of Larry Quick, Murray Brown, and Ben Johnson, I knew there was a role for me to play. These boys needed to keep dreaming those dreams, and I would work to help make those dreams possible. Right now, I'm honored to be the board chairman. As we all come together today to honor the incredible 25 years of Life Pieces, we're poised for growth and need your help. So we ask for you to please donate something tonight or purchase a piece of artwork created by our boys and young men, if you are able. We have an amazing future ahead of us, a future that is possible because of the foundation laid by humble origins right here in the heart of Ward 7.
Some people don't want to see. It's painful reliving those things because through art, I keep reliving those things. They have to understand that they're in control. Even though they're children, they're in control of holding on to this crap or letting it go.
It is thanks to the brother Larry Quick that the program was started.
Life Pieces to Masterpieces truly got started by accident, and Larry was pouring his life and sharing his life very generously with the boys and young men, and they could relate to him.
Some of the same experiences that he was going through as a young man, we were experiencing those same things.
His story, a lot of us could identify with it because we were all kind of going through similar situations.
Larry Quick is definitely my first mentor.
He always been an artist from the very beginning. He had art in his blood.
It was his life. It was his artistry.
He said that he never had kids. I said to him, he have kids. Every time he produced art, those pieces of art is his children. He's putting those pieces of art in the world.
He was able to find passion through his pain.
Larry Quick's legacy that has lasted, through all these years is the artistic process. He developed this technique through his life and his life experiences.
His vision, his way of creating art that he passed on to us is different from any other artist in the neighborhood, I think nationwide. It's different, there's a rawness to it.
He took his art and he took who he was, his strengths and his weaknesses, and then definitely poured them into us. It's important that our young men know that it's okay to express themselves.
He brought that to Life Pieces and used that as his way of healthy self-expression, and he's passed that down to the apprentices because he wanted them to be able to experience the same thing.
If they realize that they can change their past and their life, well, their future can be anything they want it to be.
I felt special because whatever he was teaching the younger kids, I felt like he was a little bit more patient with me because I was younger.
Me and Larry had a bond because I used to stay after, and he used to teach me on his sewing machine how to sew. He was an excellent artistic role model for me, and I learned a lot from him.
I met Larry and he was showing me that he was sewing the paintings together. I was like, sweet, I'm very familiar with the sewing machine. He started out on like his old sewing machine that he had from his grandmother.
He loved my mother. My mother was a loving person. She had this gift. She helped lead him to where he wants to be. When Larry came there to live with my mother for a while, she had a sewing machine. When he saw that sewing machine, that inspired him to really go into this art.
My style has a little bit of my grandmother in it, because she raised me. So she taught me how to sew. That's my sewing machine. So it has the memory of my grandmother with me every piece of artwork I make. My senior thesis was an arts organization called Life Pieces to Masterpieces. And it was an organization that was designed based on the program that I thought I needed growing up in the projects, because it's rough. And then I moved on to boxing. And then all of a sudden, something was wrong with me. I realized I was bipolar and didn't know. So I kind of fell off the scene, and a lot of people didn't know where I went. But I'm just here. This show lets you know that I'm back. And a lot of people don't understand that 1 out of 4 has a mental illness. And I'm a number 4.
Larry's big and strong. He's a big kid. And he won a couple of Golden Gloves. Boxing is survival. Boxing also is an art. Look at how boxers move. It's almost ballet, a brutal ballet, but it's about survival. And art is about survival.
Larry Quick is the foundation of Life Pieces to Masterpieces. And we've just built upon that and expanded ever since then.
His life passion, his God gift was his art.
The community of all of us that are here at Life Pieces gifted Larry Quick with the sole name Brother Lived to Create.
Honoring our past means respecting the journey it took to get here today. Life Pieces has served more than 1,000 boys and young men, and these boys and young men have created more than 1,500 collective masterpieces in Life Pieces' signature artistic style. Every child that grew up in Life Pieces has been loved, cared for, and recognized for their innate creative abilities, and have come to know the greatness inherently inside each and every one. That is why we honor our past.
We honor our past.
We honor our past.
And we recognize that who we are today and who LPTM is becoming is strongly rooted in our powerful, resilient, and inspiring past. So as we celebrate our present today, and we ask all who are able to donate to help us as we together create a bright and beautiful future, let us continue to think of all the amazing people, the amazing stories that have come together for 25 years to make this all possible.
The name of this painting is called From the Pyramids to the Projects. My ancestors built the Great Pyramid. Why are we living in the projects? What can we build together that will create a new legacy for the next generation? From the Pyramids to the Projects.
The stories you are hearing tonight, told through paintings, theater, storytelling, and prose, are powerful stories of boys and young men using their power, their thoughts, words, and actions to benefit others. We have a live chat below, and we encourage you to use it to shout out our amazing apprentices as they share. On this site, there's a store where you can support Life Pieces with the purchase of these paintings on different prints, on stretched canvas, and even on shirts and hats. Or you can give directly, where you'll also find links right here on this site. We are profoundly grateful for every gift we receive, big or small. Just as our boys do every day, think about how you can use your own thoughts, words, and actions tonight to support our youth and help us celebrate.
This painting is called Community Block. My block is my neighborhood, my community. It's also what we do, blocking the violence. It's good to know that our community is coming together to stop crime. Community Block.
I was 4 years old when I witnessed my first homicide. I was playing outside when I heard 7 gunshots. I looked down the street and I saw a person run away to the woods. I saw a police officer race down the street where I saw a body laying there. A woman told me those were fireworks. Guns leads to gun violence. And in DC, this affects children. These children are too young. They shouldn't have to worry about getting shot. They should be focused on their education, playing outside, and spending time with their families. As a community, we need to keep our children safe. And we need to make our streets safer. Gun violence still affects me today. I will never forget the day last year that my sister was shot in the head. She's 18 years old and she is okay. But it kills me that she was minding her own business, walking to the store, and she was shot. Every time a metro bus is delayed while a child is on their way to school, it puts them in danger. Every time a child must take their siblings to school because there are no school buses available for them, it puts them in danger. Every time a child doesn't have a safe place to go before or after school, it puts them in danger. That day, when I was 4 years old, I knew those weren't fireworks. Once I was inside, I saw an ambulance come down, racing down the street. It was early in the afternoon. Later that night, I looked back out my window. The ambulance had never left. Just like the gun violence in my neighborhood.
The name of this painting is Colors of Power. Modeled on Lois Mailou Jones' Shapes and Colors, the legacy class stitched together her trademark brightly colored shapes with a single fist in the center, honoring the Harlem Renaissance and the movement for Black lives. Yes, it's true that all lives matter, but all lives cannot matter until we agree that Black lives matter. Colors of Power.
What comes to mind immediately as I think about this evening, this event, is the belief that we have at Life Pieces to Masterpieces, that our boys have everything they need inside them to heal and to thrive. We also know and believe that with access to Life Pieces to Masterpieces human development system, our boys have regular opportunities to experience love, security, and opportunities to express themselves. We believe that equals life. The beauty of that is that these young men will have opportunities to have experiences that impact them. They are going to go on and find themselves in places where they are working with other boys. And so because they are experiencing life in the way that we describe it, love, security, and expression, they will be able to communicate and enjoy and engage other young men, other young women. We also know that they're going to go home to their families. And when they are with their families, they will bring that experience to their household with their brothers, their cousins, their sisters, and even with their parents. Something that stands out to me as a really, really high marker for the work that we do is that these young men also are involved in storytelling. Right now, these young men have opportunities, even on a night like tonight, to share their story and give a message of hope and shared humanity. Something that I have learned a lot from is the life of Frederick Douglass, who teaches us that the enslaved have to be a part of the abolition of slavery. They have to be a part of it. And right now, there are all kinds of social justice activities taking place all over the United States and the world, largely without the voices of Black and brown men. The young men who participate in Life Pieces to Masterpieces have opportunities to practice those important communication skills that they will then be able to bring to these occasions and bring their voice, their experience into these discussions. And we think that they will change the way that social justice is being done. We find ourselves here today now at the 25th anniversary of Life Pieces to Masterpieces. Tonight, during Courage on Canvas, we have an opportunity to celebrate.
This painting is called Dancing Together. This summer, we learned how to do an Indian dance called Bhangra. All around the world, different cultures have different dances, but we are always dancing together. Dancing together.
This painting is called The Moving Sun and Moon. When it's daytime in DC, it's nighttime in India. The Moving Sun and Moon.
My name is Steve Coleman, and I'm the director and co-founder of Washington Parks and People. Life Pieces is our most awesome, wonderful partner. We have been working together for over 20 years. It began when we connected with a young boy named Maurice Kai, who had a dream for his park. And his dream and the memories of the elders inspired thousands of people across the community. Maurice Kai and his friends went out and gathered over 2,000 petition signatures and presented them to the city council, launching the biggest community park revitalization campaign in the history of Washington, D.C. It was an amazing hearing that came to a screeching halt because they'd never seen anything like this. These kids with a dream and a plan and a commitment, who weren't just asking for the city to help them, they were first committing to lead the way themselves. And that's kind of the spirit of what we've always seen in Life Pieces, is lifting up leadership, lifting up dreams, lifting up power and possibility in kids' lives. That was over 20 years ago. Now Maurice is one of the leaders of Life Pieces, and our partnership is deeper and more powerful than ever. When the pandemic hit, everything was being shut down. The schools were closed, the parks were closed, and no one even really knew what that meant. And then we got together and said, well, why don't you all come into the farm? And that's what happened. The farm is our 1-acre greening center on parkland, right on Nanny Helen Burroughs, which we've been working on for about 15 years. But we always had a dream of, instead of it just being a place to come through once in a while, it could be a place for an embedded, year-round outdoor classroom. Well, together with Life Pieces' need and dream, that's what we made happen together. And the kids showed us what was really possible in making a deep connection to community and the land. We need Life Pieces everywhere. We need to learn from this model. This is what our city needs. This is what our kids need. This is what we need. You know, we say we're teaching the kids, but the kids are teaching us. They're showing us what's possible. You know, there are people who say that kids are the leaders of tomorrow. That's nonsense. Kids are the leaders of today if we just listen to them. And we can listen and we can look at the art and the power and the music of what the Life Pieces kids are creating. And that is an inspiration for all of us.
For several weeks this summer, who we call our Brothers in Power in Saturday Academy, our high schoolers and our college students, had the opportunity to experience life stories.
We've been working with the Theater Lab through their Life Stories program for the past 6 weeks with our high school and college-aged young men. They found 2 hours a week to come together to think about their own lives, to think about how they wanted to express themselves and what they wanted to tell the world.
Life Pieces to Masterpieces men are gentlemen, scholars, artists, and athletes.
We had just amazing teachers that were able to come in and meet our boys and young men where they are, and allowed our boys and young men to own their narratives, and then to develop the skills and the knowledge base to be able to more creatively tell their stories and speak their truth.
When everyone is playing with dirt bikes, I was with roses. When everyone was playing in the mud, I was clean, wanting to explore. My nuance was treated as a nuisance. It feels like I was fishtailing before everyone else. While I would have been like that kid saying everything was gay, in that moment, I was proud of the much mature response of the other apprentice. I commend that kid for being a leader and being different. I understand today what I was doing with my words and actions as a child is wrong. So don't let anything fool you, whether it be my chain or my earrings.
Our young men have grown in their confidence.
I'm not really an actor for real, so it's like, it's kind of get me, I kind of want to do acting more just to be more enthusiastic to life.
I don't want to go home. I want to be around people and not home where it's a pool full of emptiness. I get home, purposely don't do the dishes. Purposely ignore my chores. Maybe when she gets home, she'll actually talk to me.
I think, all of us, we came up with stories in our minds that I feel like people can relate to. So just having, an audience to see what we did, hopefully they can take something away from it.
I saw Elder Bill handing out stipends to everyone. Obviously, that made me want to stay even more. As a 12-year-old child, I never received the allowance like the others did. Life Pieces allowed me to learn something new every Saturday and earn money while doing it. While I was here for 8 years, the stipend allowed me to pay for my senior dues, help me support my family, and also allowed me to pay for my first college deposit. I've been acting for a while. I really love acting, and to be able to do it with Life Pieces and create a scene out of my life story, it was amazing.
Having a strong support system is vital, especially as young black men who are told every day by the world that they are worthless, criminals, animals. It's so easy to get mixed up in all these stigmas and stereotypes and not really know who you are. Now, as I approach another crossroads in my life, I'm grateful to have had and still have a support system in my life, supporting me, encouraging me, and celebrating me every step of the way. I love you.
Today is another opportunity to become a better man.
In this space, I will learn about my history
so that I can know who I am.
I'll be presented with information and tools
So I can work on my plan.
I'll be motivated and inspired
To be the best person I can.
I'll get my undivided attention
so that I can listen and understand.
That I have a vision of Life Pieces and Masterpieces.
A gentleman, scholar, artist, and athlete.
This painting is called Loose Strings. My older brothers helped me learn to tie my shoes. Now I can do it all by myself. Soon I'll be able to teach others. Loose strings.
The name of this painting is called DC Our Home. DC is our home. We are proud of our city.
Color Me Community is really like a beautiful flower that has grown out of our signature programming here at Life Pieces to Masterpieces. It's where we are sharing our human development system with boys and girls, grades 3 through 5, right here at Drew Elementary School. And they're learning how to change their challenges into possibilities, just as our boys and young men have been doing for the past 25 years. We've been so happy that Drew Elementary School has been open to us sharing this social and emotional uplifting curriculum.
The pilot program that started this year here at Drew was created with the vision of bringing some of the magic of life pieces to masterpieces to both the boys and girls at Drew Elementary School.
They're having an opportunity to learn about their identity, learn about others' identity, learning how to be kind to themselves and to others. Moreover, they're building the resilience to manage all the many challenges that they face in their young lives.
The pandemic affects people in different ways, and I think with children specifically, being out of school in the traditional sense for almost 2 school years, and now having to come back fully in person has really shifted the way some of them engage with each other, but also engage with themselves. So Color Me Community is trying to bring those social emotional tools to the students so that they're not only able to understand how they're feeling and what they're doing better, but also how to interact with others.
Our hope is that we're going to learn from these students and we'll be able to follow them as they move from 3rd, 4th, 5th grade into middle school, high school, and beyond, so that we can really learn and find out what is the impact of our human development system on these amazing boys and young girls over a period of time. And as we do that, we're looking forward to sharing Color Me Community education and professional development with as many schools as possible.
We really try to make sure that it's a holistic approach by setting a space for them to engage in the learning experience with us. And we engage in several different types of activities depending on what value we're learning. So for example, with discipline, we actually created art pieces together. We had them work in small groups to form their own communities and come up with flags and names and expectations for what their community would be like. Even just in the first initial months of the in-school program, we began to see a shift in some of the cultural aspects of the school. So whether it's how the children or the students define discipline, where before our program, many of them expressed discipline as them getting in trouble or something happening as a consequence of them doing something they're not supposed to do, where now they understand discipline more in the lens of life pieces and Color Me Community and see discipline more as a tool of power that they can tap into and use themselves and not something that's working against them.
The vision that I have for Color Me Community is for every child, every Black and brown child growing up in the most challenging areas in our country to be able to have the space and time to feel what's happening within them, to feel what's happening around them, and that they'll be able to expand their acumen, their decision making, and so that they'll have time to learn how to make positive decisions in their lives. My hope also for this curriculum is that for school districts to realize in our Black and brown communities, it's not just about filling, this gap, that it's also about feeling the gap that's in our hearts and our minds, and that it just can't be about academics only, that we have to spend an equal amount of time, especially with our Black and brown children in marginalized communities, truly uplifting and supporting and enriching their social and emotional status. Education is important, but what good is it if we don't spend time supporting the hearts and minds of our most vulnerable children? And that's what Color Me Community education and professional development is about. It's about helping young people to feel and fly.
Happy birthday, Life Pieces. Congratulations. 25 years, it's impressive and an amazing accomplishment. Congratulations.
I want to wish them a beautiful, congratulatory anniversary. been a haul, but they have made such strong progress and changed lives.
25 years is definitely remarkable. So my hat off to Miss Mary, Brother Ben, Brother Larry for really keeping our doors open. The sacrifices that you made, making those phone calls and connections, writing those proposals, being ambassadors yourself about our brand and our purpose. I appreciate you guys.
25 years is a long time. Ups and downs, oh yes, we have had it. But hey, I am still here.
We did it. We did it. We did it. We did it. That's exactly how I feel. I feel so excited that we're still here after 25 years. And moreover, I feel excited because I have a very clear vision of the future of Life Pieces to Masterpieces. So I feel very happy. I feel elated. I feel hopeful, motivated, excited, inspired. That 25 years, absolute changing how Black boys and young men see themselves. We are successfully changing how this world sees our beautiful Black men and boys, and our brilliant, courageous Black men and boys are changing the world's understanding of shared humanity.
Why you looking sad?
And then, so
You don't want to be here?
Brother Dylan, would you like for just your brother to do it? Yeah. Okay, you can step to the side.
You don't
Support
want
your
your
brother
brother
from
doing
over
Oh
there.
no, don't hold that.
So, all right, come on, you step over and see. Let's see how he does by himself, and then we'll let you know if you want to do yours by yourself.
Okay, can you stop? And you can look right here in the camera.
Where?
You can actually take the half step back up, and then you just look right here into this.
Where?
Yeah, you can step right there, and then you're gonna look right into here.
Right here?
Yeah. You're gonna stand straight. Yep. And then now you can look right into here.
Like this?
Yeah, like how you were. You're good. Stand on the blue line. Yep, there you go. And then stand straight. Perfect.
Say, this painting is called
This painting is called
The Moving Sun and Moon.
The Moving Sun and Moon.
Okay, don't lose that smile, okay?
Okay.
Okay. This painting is called
This painting is called
The Moving
Sun
and
Moon.
Make sure to give me some personality. Nope.
Not that.
Not that one.
The name of this painting is...
So just as our boys and young men use their thoughts, words, and actions to determine their destiny, we also collectively can use our thoughts, words, and actions to create positive change in the world. Everything that we've experienced tonight is all connected, whether it be our signature programming, where we have been working with amazing boys ages 3 to 25, our Color Me community that we're now sharing in school, along with out of school, our Courage on Canvas that we're celebrating today, and our amazing documentary. All of it is connected. And this is why we really need you tonight. We need you to help us continue with building this mosaic of possibilities for not only our boys and young men, but for the boys and girls that's in our Color Me community. And for our communities, we need your help. We need those resources, and we want you to give today to Life Pieces to Masterpieces to support us in growing. We're at that place now after 25 years, a very inspirational beginning. We had a little bit of a messy middle, but now look at this bright future that we're creating. And in order for us to continue to create that future, we need your support. We need your abundant contributions, of which we will be profoundly grateful. Thank you so much for joining us this evening as we honor our past, celebrate our present, and create our future.
We are proud to share that there are Courage on Canvas watch parties taking place tonight Here in Washington, D.C., of course, but also in New York City, Boston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, St. Augustine, Florida, Maryland, and Virginia. So while we are still in a virtual setting tonight, we are grateful that these stories are being shared with so many of you together with your loved ones. We have one more thing to share with you, the teaser for our new documentary set to premiere in February 2022. After that, please join us at the Zoom link below to see all the amazing people who joined us tonight and for the reveal of 3 raffle winners who will all receive LPTM artwork. And together we will close tonight how we always do, with our ritual 4 C's. So thank you for joining us tonight. We're glad you're here.
Jamari, take 1, LPTM documentary, soft click.
To me, Life Pieces is a brotherhood where I can open up and express myself.
I wouldn't be the person I am today with the Life Pieces. Yeah, I really do believe that strongly.
Storytelling is such a powerful tool to really show the impact of a nonprofit. And we're so grateful for the opportunity to have been following Life Pieces over the past 2 years, really, and more closely over the past 6 months. Through the lives of Brother Chris, Brother David, and Brother Jamari, we encounter the beautiful organization that is Life Pieces. Being able to follow them not only through the program, but their lives outside of it, really shows the impact of Life Pieces to Masterpieces.
Being a part of the project, working on this documentary has been an honor. And just from day one, when I first walked into the program, the first thing I noticed was the brotherhood that they have.
The work of Life Pieces is so comprehensive and holistic, beyond what a grant can capture, a presentation can capture, or even a piece of art.
Life Pieces is really a necessity, you know, to kind of aid against all of the negativity and the other distractions that pulls us down.
I think what Life Pieces is doing with their program, it's like they're educating these young black boys on what the system is, but then also giving them the tools to be able to heal from it and to build with it. And then as they get older, just seeing how they matriculate through the world, and like they do have the tools to make change in this world. And they're basically raising the black leaders of the future.
I think one of the most powerful parts of this entire project and process is seeing the power within the apprentices, both young and old, to have ownership over their stories and to know that their lives truly can impact others. And their journeys are journeys that many other people are going through. And by opening themselves up and allowing these cameras into their lives and allowing us to really document their journeys, both the highs and the lows, we're able to together create a story that can not only show the power and impact of Life Pieces, but can also relate to so many other people out there.
Like I made them proud, my mom proud, my brother proud. My mom tells me all the time, like, she just wants to see me like succeed.
I feel extremely honored to have been given the opportunity to document such a powerful story, the impact of Life Pieces to Masterpieces on its 25th year of existence.
Life Pieces is definitely part of the reason why, you know, I am the man I am today. They've given a lot, you know, towards my journey.